Hello and welcome back to Hindustan Astrology. I'm Katya, and in today's video I want to talk about the full moon lunar eclipse of June 2020. Now this lunar eclipse is the first one starting off this year's cycle, and it's actually taking place at 21 degrees of Scorpio. So it's right behind where K2 is in Sagittarius, not very far. But it is in Scorpio, and it's in the nakshatra called Jyeshta. Now, Jyeshta means the eldest, and it spans from 16.4 to 30 degrees of Scorpio. And this nakshatra is the star of protection, because the eldest siblings in the family are always the ones that protect. So the energy surrounding this lunar eclipse is also, it's not just about protection, but Jyeshta is also the star, the part of Scorpio where there's a lot of jealousy and there's a lot of betrayal. Now, sitting with the sun for this full moon is Venus retrograde. And when Venus is retrograde, old flames come back for, rekindling or maybe to get some closure. So having Venus retrograde opposite this point tells me that a lot of, relationships from your past regarding betrayals and jealousy, it's going to come back. And of course, it's going to be different for everyone, and we will go through that in a minute. I'll go through the 12 signs. But, the thing is that we've got 4 planets in retrograde right now. And the ruler of Scorpio is Mars. And Mars is sitting with Neptune. And so the 3 heavy hitters, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, are all retrograde, all 12 places behind Mars. So this tells me that the energy is going to be very intense today. Economies around the world are starting back up, trying to get their people moving and working again. And so I feel like, this intensity of having all these planets on Mars's back is going to be felt there. And then also, Mars is sitting with Neptune. So lies and deceptions regarding militaries around the world and military leaders will come out at this time. And Mars is also giving his 4th aspect to Venus right now. So it's very passionate. But it can also be sad too, because, we still have, Rahu's still up in Gemini. He's in Mrgashira now, so that's good, out of Ardra. But Mrgashira is also ruled by Mars. So we have a lot of Mars energy today. And so I feel like, it's indicating that the economies are going to be struggling this summer as well. And I feel like this is a bit of foreshadowing of an economic depression that's coming. But also, the oil prices have been really low, which is great for us, but it's not so great for the economy overall. So I feel like, oil prices will dramatically go up or down with this, probably up, which is good for the economy, not so great for our pocketbooks. But this is just, a lot of intensity leading up to 2 weeks when we have the solar eclipse. Now let's talk about the eclipse in general. It is an energy that is a shadow point, because the eclipses aren't real points, they're shadow points. And so this is why things that are hidden come up now for us to see, and they reveal themselves. So let's take a look at how this is going to go through the 12 signs, what it means for you. So remember, this is using the sidereal zodiac. I do not use the Western tropical system, so don't read this from your Western sign. Chances are it's the sign before your Western sign, and read it from your ascendant or your moon sign. And if you have any doubt about what it is, just go to the chart calculator on my website. Okay, Aries. This transit takes place in your 8th house, and Mars rules your 1st and 8th houses. Rahu is in your 3rd, and Ketu is in your 9th, and Mars is in your 11th. So, Aries, having Mars in the 11th, and this is happening, things, regarding other people's money are going to be revealed at this time for you, especially money that's, great gains, 11th house, right? You also are, Mars is having you meet new people at this time. You're probably in a new community. And you may have been in school. You may be in school right now. But I feel like for you, Aries, because Mars is also your ruler, as well as, Scorpio, this full moon is going to really feel intense for you in a good way, I think, though, because old loves will come back, money will come back to you, especially other people's money, so that's good. Taurus, this transit takes place in your 7th house, and Mars rules your 12th and 7th houses. Rahu is in your 2nd, and Ketu is in your 8th, and Mars is in your 10th right now. So this eclipse transit with Rahu in the 2nd, Ketu in the 8th, has been a lot about, money, maybe inheritance, also big transformation for you at this time as well. And, Taurus, I feel like you've been doing a lot with your career, which is wonderful. And since this full moon lunar eclipse is taking place in your 7th house, there's going to be things revealed about business relationships that you didn't know before, or maybe even personal relationships. Remember, this is, it's all about revealing during the eclipse time, so pay attention. Gemini, this transit takes place in your 6th house, and Mars rules your 11th and 6th houses. Rahu is in the 1st, and Ketu is in the 7th, and Mars is in your 9th house. So, having this full moon taking place in your 6th house, and Mars in the 9th, there are going to be things revealed to you concerning your work. And since Mars is in your 9th house, I feel like you have the opportunity to make some money right now, especially with your work. But things are going to be revealed to you regarding, your service to others and also your health. So pay attention, Gemini. Cancer, this transit takes place in your 5th house, and Mars rules your 10th and 5th houses. Rahu is in the 12th, and Ketu is in your 6th, and Mars is in your 8th house right now. So things are being revealed to you about education, Cancer. Also pay attention to your children. You could find out things about them at this time. And also, there's maybe some big transformations happening with your kids this time. So pay attention. Leo, this transit takes place in your 4th house, and Mars rules your 9th and 4th houses. Rahu's in your 11th, and Ketu's in your 5th, and Mars is in your 7th house right now. So Leo, this full moon lunar eclipse in the 4th is going to reveal things to you about your home, about your mother, possibly real estate that you didn't know. And having Mars in the 7th tells me that a lot of energy is being put into your partnerships, your business right now. So this could actually be a good indication for real estate for you. Virgo, this transit takes place in your 3rd house, and Mars rules your 8th and 3rd houses. Rahu is in your 10th, and Ketu is in your 4th. Mars is in your 6th house right now. So having this full moon lunar eclipse, Virgo, in your 3rd means that things are being revealed to you about your siblings that you didn't know before, news and communication, things that you didn't know are going to come to you at this time. Especially Mars is in your 6th house of enemies, so probably you're going to have some things revealed to you about your enemies that you didn't know. Libra, this transit takes place in your 2nd house, and Mars rules your 7th and 2nd houses. Rahu's in your 9th, and Ketu's in the 3rd, and Mars is in the 5th. So Libra, Having this transit in your second house means that things will be revealed to you about your money that you didn't know from before, and especially regarding speculations. Maybe you've made some investments that are going to come through at this time. Scorpio, this full strawberry moon and lunar eclipse is taking place in your first house. And Mars rules your 6th and 1st houses, and Rahu's in your 8th, Ketu's in the 2nd, and Mars is in the 4th. So Scorpio, having this in your 1st house, things are going to be revealed to you about things you didn't know, the mind, right? And especially regarding the mother and real estate and the home. So, you know, having this eclipse in the 1st house, you know, make sure you're taking care of yourself at this time too. Sagittarius, this transit takes place in your 12th house, and Mars rules your 5th and 12th houses. Rahu's in the 7th, Ketu's in the 1st, and Mars is right now in your 3rd house. So Sagittarius, having this full moon lunar eclipse in your 12th house tells me that there are things concerning people that are foreigners to you, especially concerning communication that you didn't know. And also your dreams, Sagittarius. You've got to pay attention to your dreams during this full moon lunar eclipse. I think things are going to be revealed to you through your dreams. And also, you know, having Mars in the 3rd, you know, it could be concerning your siblings, but especially things, you know, information that will be revealed to you at this time. Capricorn, this transit takes place in your 11th house. Mars rules your 4th and 11th, and Rahu's in the 6th, Ketu's in the 12th, and Mars is in your 2nd. So Capricorn, having this in your 11th house tells me that there are things regarding, especially for you, your elder siblings that you didn't know before. And also, and if you're the eldest, then things concerning your younger siblings, I think. Mars is in your 2nd house of money. So especially Capricorn, pay attention to what's coming to you at this time regarding great gains. And yeah, your money's in focus at this time, Capricorn. Aquarius, this transit takes place in your 10th house. Mars rules the 3rd and 10th. Rahu's in your 5th, Ketu's in your 11th, and Mars is in your 1st house right now. So Aquarius, having this in your 10th house tells me that there are things previously hidden from you in your career that are going to come to you at this time. And it's going to come directly to you. You could even get, you know, honestly, I'm hearing you could get a promotion at this time. Something's going to come to you. It's going to come to you. So I think Aquarius, this is going to be a really good full moon for you. Pisces, this transit takes place in your 9th house. Mars rules the 2nd and 9th. Rahu's in your 4th, Ketu's in your 10th, and Mars is in your 12th. So having this full moon lunar eclipse in your 9th house tells me that there are things regarding your education you didn't know before, luck and fortune, money, possibly, you didn't know before, and having Mars in the 12th, you know, hidden enemies. You're going to find out who your true hidden enemies are at this time, and that's going to be good. So, okay, you guys, I hope that helps. I know it's brief, but if you have any questions, let me know. Still having a discount on my readings right now. It's only $50 because I know people are hurting, and I really want to help people. So that's the whole point of doing these videos. It's just to reach out to people, let them know I'm here. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a beautiful, full strawberry moon lunar eclipse. Namaste.